What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Share the videos. Turn on your notifications, and please go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. And if you have a breakdown or a prediction video you'd like me to do for you, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Also, our live shows every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. That's our Hot Topic show. And we got another live show that we do every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's our breakdown and our prediction show. And then we got our reaction show and our recap show with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get to the video, man. And today we have to talk about the 168-pound division, the super middleweight division. It's starting to heat up, and Jermall Charlo, I should say, has been the topic of a lot of conversation recently, man. And I like what I'm hearing. So Caleb Plant straight up called him out. Caleb Plant say he easy work. This is what Caleb Plant had to say, man. He says, "You have been indirect, Charlo, so I'll be straightforward. We can figure it out before the end of the year. You are easy work." Listen, bro. Listen. People looking at Jermall Charlo like he food or something. And he should be, in my opinion, very motivated. Very upset. He should be taking looks in the mirror like, why are dudes that wouldn't say my name, why are they starting to rumor to be wanting to fight me? First, we had to drop the video yesterday about him and Canelo. People are saying that him and Canelo might be in negotiations, that Canelo might be looking to fight him since his opponent, Laguna Beach Macadamia Nut, is being enforced to fight a mandatory. Which I do have to give, I do have to say that we give the WBC on this channel a lot of flack for how they move and how they pick and choose favorites and favoritism. They are making Makabu fighters mandatory before a potential Canelo fight. That fight could still happen if Makabu takes care of business. However, as a backup plan or as another opponent that's a far better opponent, bringing Jermall Charlo up to 168 pounds, that's a good fight. That's a damn good fight, so I wouldn't be mad at that fight at all. But now, Caleb Plant, who just got knocked out by Canelo, and I told y'all he would get knocked out by Canelo, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant, he telling Jermall Charlo, we can make it happen before the end of the year. You are easy work. Bro, and you being indirect, so I'll be straightforward. Jermall Charlo got to get on top of his game. He has to. It's too many top-level fighters that's looking at him like, shit, if we get in there with him, we going to beat him. They really not feeling the Montiel performance. They really not feeling the Montiel performance. And I honestly think Jermall Charlo, he's losing himself at 160. I think a 168-pound move is imminent at this point. Because when you stay at a weight division for too long and your body outgrow that division, you are, going to lose your strength. You're going to become weight drained. You're going to find it harder and harder to cut weight the older that you get. It's 2022. People don't understand. Jermall Charlo moved to the 160-pound weight class like 4.5, 5 years ago, back in 2017. 4.5, 5 years ago, that man was 26, 27 years old, bro. He 31, going on 32 now. Your metabolism in your body from 26 to 27, it slows down. It's harder to drop that weight. It's harder to take that weight off. And although he's been disciplined, although he always comes into the fight in shape, he didn't look at he hit Montiel with some shots in that fight that he used to get guys out of. So moving to 168, I think the fights are there for him because for whatever reason, people saying he ducking Demetrius Andrade. I think it's foolish pride on his part. Not wanting to fight the guy that he feels like screwed over his brother. He don't want to give that guy the opportunity to make money. Whatever. Like, to me, if I was him, I'd have fought Andrade. But I've said this, and I said this in the middle of last year when he started talking about Benavidez, and then he backed off of wanting to fight Benavidez. I said this, at the end of last year, and I'm saying this right now, for Jermall Charlo, and what I've been saying to y'all is starting to come to fruition. If he's not fighting Andrade, there's no point of him staying at 160. If he stays at 160, Triple G and Murata, their fight got postponed, but they already got a fight. You know what I'm saying? They just waiting on the date, waiting on things to get better in Japan or what have you. But their fight is signed, sealed, and delivered. So those two champions are fighting. There's only one other champion at 160 pounds, and his name is Demetrius Andrade, and Charlo don't want to fight him, right? And so when you look at potential challengers and people that can fight Jermall Charlo, people are tired of these defenses of his WBC title that are lackluster. People don't want to see Brandon Adams and Korobov. No disrespect to Korobov. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Brandon Adams. People don't want to see Dennis Hogan. People aren't checking for Juan Montiel. The good defense that he had since becoming champion at 160 was Sergey Deverenchenko. And he put on a great performance. He did his thing. And he really showed up and showed out. In my opinion, one of, if not the best, barring Julian J. Rock Williams, that knockout, that was a complete performance by Jermall Charlo where he really looked like he could continue to be a problem. But since that time, he only fought Montiel and he didn't look good. And so I think Caleb Plant, he showed in the Canelo fight that he can fight at a high level. He was competitive in that fight. I feel like he was losing the fight even before he got knocked out. But he got knocked out, and he feels like Charlo has nothing for him. So if you Charlo, the time is now. The time is now. This notion that guys like Caleb Plant don't do anything for Jermall Charlo's career, or guys like David Benavidez don't do anything for Jermall Charlo's career, that's false. He needs to come off of that, and a move up to 168, he probably will be stronger. He'll probably look better. He'll probably be more hydrated. That's 8 pounds that he don't have to drop anymore. And for those of y'all that don't think 8 pounds is a lot of weight, that's a lot of weight. When it comes to a boxer, when it comes to these weight classes, that's a lot of weight for you to be able to keep on your body. For you to be able to start hydrating back up from 168 versus starting to hydrate back up from 160. Let's say Jermall Charlo, people say he walk around 200, 215 pounds. I don't know how true that is, but that's what people say. In shape, maybe he walk around at 190, 195. I don't know what the weight is. What I do know is whatever his comfortable weight is, it's much easier to hydrate back up to that from 168. It's much easier to cut down to 168. And it seemed like he got the suitors. It seemed like he got the people that want to fight him. And what better way to put yourself in position if you're not going to move up and you're not going to be able to fight for the belts because Canelo still has them, and you don't get a Canelo fight, the guy that just fought Canelo is the next best thing. It's what I ask these fighters to do. Because fighting Caleb Plant does two things for Jermall Charlo. Number one, it puts a great name on your resume. It puts somebody who's a star, who's well-known now, who earned him some fans because of his performance, and they lost. It puts them on your resume. And if you're able to beat that person, you automatically become considered better at 168 pounds than Billy Joe Saunders. You're considered better than Callum Smith, who's now at 175. But you're considered, on level with David Benavidez. It'll be you, David Benavidez, and Canelo. Y'all will be considered the top three. Well, Canelo obviously is the best because he got all the belts and he went for undisputed in the year. You know what I mean? But you'll be considered up there simply off the strength of taking on Caleb Plant. The other thing it does for you is it gives you a common opponent. I'm not saying this can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. But what if Jermall Charlo fights Caleb Plant and he beats Caleb Plant worse than Canelo Alvarez? We know how boxing works. We know how fans works. People are going to be like, yo, Canelo had problems with him. Charlo went out there and dominated him. That's why Canelo ducking Charlo, or that's who Canelo need to fight next, because he beat the guy worse than you beat him. If you Jermall Charlo, it's a win-win situation for you. It's a win-win situation, and it's time for him to start taking on these types of fights. These guys are getting older now, and by these guys, I'm talking about both Charlos. I'm talking about Errol Spence. We're talking Terrence Crawford. That slew of fighters from 30 to 34 years old. You know, Canelo's around the age too. These guys aren't getting any younger. It's time for them all to fight each other so we can see who the best of their crop is. Even Andrade is talking about moving up because he don't want to fight his mandatory in Janabek. So 168 is about to be popping in 2022, in my opinion. I think 168 is about to be popping. And this fight, easy to make. PBC love in-house fights. PBC loves in-house fights. Let's see it. Because whatever else he can offer us at 160 is not going to be as good as this fight. Because let's be realistic. Andrade is not something that we're going to get from Jermall Charlo in his next fight. It's not realistic. It's not realistic for him to fight Triple G or Murata. They are already fighting. So, other than that, who at 160 is a better opponent for Jermall Charlo than Caleb Plant? Who's better? Only the three best opponents, or Canelo Alvarez? Obviously, he's first. And then you got Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, and they about even as of, you know, what they bring to the table for Jermall Charlo. They about even. So either one of them fight, and they all PBC fighters. No reason these guys can't mix it up. No reason we can't get Charlo versus Plant, and then the winner fight Benavidez, and then whoever comes out of that gauntlet, they in a better position. Maybe a Plant rematch if he beats both of those guys and builds himself back up. Maybe Plant gets a rematch with Canelo. Maybe a Benavidez gets his shot because he beats up Charlo. Maybe Charlo knocks people off the board and shows, look, man, not only am I a 2-division champion, I beat the guy that you beat. I beat him worse. And I beat David Benavidez, who a lot of people think that you ducking. I beat him too. What's popping? Come see me, bro. So it's a win-win situation. I love Caleb Plant's attitude. I love how he coming. He ain't ducking no fades. He ain't turning down no smoke. So shit. Charlo, balls in your court, man. You got options. You got options. The absolutely worst option is to stay at 160 and fight some voluntary / mandatory that we all know you a huge favorite against. It's time for some 50-50 fights, homie. It's time for some 50-50 fights and show us that it really is lines only because your little brother doing it. Jermall Charlo doing it. It's time for you to do it too, brother. It's time for you to do it too. You know what I'm saying? Jermall Charlo, Tony Harrison, fought Jason Rosario, fought Erickson Lubin, fighting Brian Castano twice. What you gonna do, Jermall? What you gonna do? That's what I want to know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you have a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Also, live shows every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Live shows every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And live shows every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. The shows on Wednesday, those are hot topic shows where we discuss the hottest topics in boxing. The shows on Friday, that's our breakdown and our prediction show where we break down and predict all the fights for that weekend. And then Sunday mornings is we react and we recap everything that we saw that week with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. But I appreciate everybody watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, please. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.